With great joy that I welcome you to this very historical occasion to commemorate the first ever World Meditation Day at OHCHR. As many of you know, on 6th of December, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution officially establishing World Meditation Day. And this really highlights the significance of mindfulness and meditation in promoting mental health, resilience, sustainable development. The resolution was co-sponsored by more than 70 member states. And this really shows the global recognition of the value of meditation. And it really acknowledges that while meditation has been practiced for thousands of years, it remains as relevant today as ever in fostering peace and in collective progress. I know that many of you have already begun their end of the year holiday. And as I say, we will share this session with all the UN family after. And I think this meeting really offers us the possibility to end the year in a mindful way. And this is part of the OHCHR Mindfulness Initiative that is created to support the staff in cultivating compassion, enhancing overall well-being. And since the beginning of the initiative, many of our colleagues have already participated in mindfulness programs and have experienced the benefits of these practices and how they can enhance their well-being. And for those of you who join this journey for the very first time, we warmly welcome you to this shared journey of present moment awareness. We are honored also to have with us today representatives of the Oxford Mindfulness Foundation who are present with us today. And OHCHR is working together with the foundation to develop a tailored mindfulness program that meets the unique needs of UN staff, diplomats, humanitarians, and human rights workers. And with this context, I'm deeply honored to introduce our guest of today, Professor Mark Williams, Emeritus Professor of Clinical Psychology at the University of Oxford. He is a world-renowned pioneer in mindfulness research and practice. Professor Mark Williams is the co-founder of the Mindfulness-Based Cognitive Therapy, the MBCT, and he has dedicated his career to helping individuals like us and organizations to integrate mindfulness in their lives with many transformative results. His contributions to mindfulness through research and practice, teaching and writing have inspired millions of people around the world, including, I am sure, many within the UN system. So before we begin, I would like to ask Professor Williams one question, and I will ask colleagues to please mute your phones and computers. And I will ask Professor Williams one question to help set the tone for this session. So, Mark, in light of the recent UN resolution that establishes the World Meditation Day, how do you see, based on your experience and your research, mindfulness contributing to the broader mission of human rights and global well-being?
I think there are a number of ways, but the one that I think I'd
Do you want to listen or no? Do you want me to turn it up or down?
Colleagues, I will kindly ask you to close your phones and your mics so that we can hear Professor Mark Williams. Thank you.
I think mostly it's that many of the things that assail us, whether we're in work or family or home or global situations, arise out of reacting to things that we don't like, and we react in ways that don't actually end up helping the situation. And if there's the possibility of any way, and mindfulness gives us a skillful way of taking a pause and reflecting, then the first thing that comes to mind is not necessarily the most effective thing. And what we feel like doing is not often the most effective thing. So mindfulness gives us an opportunity of taking a pause. It also brings lots of other benefits like rest and calm and relaxation, but that's almost a byproduct of encouraging the body and mind to be more open and spacious and to take these pauses rather than reacting, responding. And I think out of that comes wiser action, which is good for our family, good for ourselves, good for the colleagues we work with, and I think good for the world at large as well.
Thank you so much, Mark. That gives us really a good, many insights, and it's really helpful for us. As you know, we work in many challenging contexts and we face difficulties every day, and we are confronted to the most tragic situations that you can imagine every day in our work. So I truly value this, your words, and really it gives us this possibility of exploring the mindful and skillful ways that, you know, we can implement mindfulness in our work and our lives. And with this, I think it's time for us to perhaps go into a practice, and I will invite you to guide us through that. And we are very grateful for accepting this guidance.
Thanks, Mara. Well, what we're just talking about in terms of taking pauses and responding rather than reacting, it sounds so simple. It sounds like, oh yeah, we just tell ourselves to just be quiet and pause and not to be reactive. But the reason why we practice mindfulness is because it takes a lot of practice and sustained practice. Every day we try to be more mindful, maybe whether we practice mindfulness formally or not. By the end of the day, maybe we've got there, and then we wake up next morning and we have to start all over again. So we try to practice as best we can every day. And so in a moment, we'll do a short meditation together, which allows us to practice. And you're invited to participate by following the guidance. But if at any point it feels hard for you, then feeling free to take care of yourself and to opt out for a while and opt in again when you feel able. So the question is, how can we respond when stuff gets overwhelming? And for centuries, as Mara said, meditation has been cultivated as a way to find stillness and rest and nourishment, and to do so in the midst of whatever happens, rather than trying to escape from whatever happens. We need to put boundaries in sometimes. We need to withdraw sometimes, but sometimes we can't. And that's where meditation may help us. So in this meditation, we'll start by finding our ground, anchoring attention in sensations in different parts of the body. And the aim is to find some place in the body that most easily allows you to rest your attention. And then the next steps will be when the mind seems to take your attention away from where you'd intended it to be, whether it's daydreaming or brooding or worrying, we realize that this is not a mistake, that our minds are working all the time in the background to keep us safe and generating what ifs and actions to take. And then we'll come to the practice. Can we, in that moment, take a pause? Can we stand back a little? Can we notice what's happening, whatever it is? Can we appreciate the mind for what it's doing? And can we say to ourselves, maybe no action is needed right now in this moment? So, coming to sit and finding a posture that for you helps you remain alert and awake, and closing your eyes if that feels comfortable to you, or lowering your gaze. And perhaps taking a deep breath in and a slow exhale. And another deeper breath. And a slow exhale. Maybe just one more, just a deeper breath. And then letting go of the breath and allowing the breath to breathe itself normally as we sit. Being aware of our posture, being aware of the body sitting here. And when we're ready, gathering our attention and placing the attention down in the feet. and noticing what sensations there are in the feet when our attention arrives. You may notice the contact with whatever the feet are resting on. You may notice tingling or vibration, almost as if the feet are alive. You can feel the life in the feet. You can feel the sensations buzzing and shifting, changing moment from moment. Seeing if it's possible to rest the attention here. And if the mind wanders away from the feet, just notice that that's happened without giving yourself a hard time, gently escorting the attention back to the feet. Now at a certain point, taking a deeper breath, and on the out-breath, shifting the attention away from the feet and bringing it to the contact with whatever you're sitting on. Noticing the sensations here in this place. As gravity draws you down, the contact of pressure on the seat. Noticing what's changing from moment to moment and what's staying the same. And at a certain point, taking a deeper breath, and on the out breath, letting go of the contact with seat and noticing the sensations in your hands. So bringing your attention right inside the hands, palms, backs of the hands, fingers. Contact of the hands with whatever is supporting them. And then taking a deeper breath, and on the out breath, letting go of the hands and shifting attention to the sensations of breathing. Maybe the tip of the nose or the nostrils, or the chest, or down in the belly, down around the area of the navel, abdomen. Wherever you feel the breath moving most distinctly now, resting the attention lightly in this one place, noticing the sensations that tell you that you're breathing. No need to control the breath in any way at all, just allowing the breath to breathe itself. And now when you're ready, making a choice either to stay with the breath or to revisit one of the other possible anchors in the body, the feet or the contact with seat or the hands, whatever for you right now gives you a sense of the sensations flowing through the body that allow you to anchor and ground your attention. Perhaps where the sensations are strongest, where you can feel them most clearly, in the feet, contact with seat, or the hands, or the breath, wherever it feels most comfortable and right for you right now. And when you've made the choice, resting here, abiding in this one place, so there's no right or wrong here. Allowing yourself to choose whatever focuses your attention, whatever grounds you. And if the mind wanders away from where you had intended it to be, just taking a pause, taking a deliberate pause so that you can see what the mind is up to, and maybe even acknowledging it, making a note saying, thinking, planning, worrying. Maybe even acknowledging this is what planning is like. This is what worrying is like. This is what thinking is like. A sense of acknowledging and allowing that that's where the mind is gone. That's what it's doing. Maybe even thanking the mind for its attempts to help you in this way by working in the background to solve your problems, whether you want it to or not, it seems. A sense of appreciating what it's doing. And then when you're ready, slowly moving back to where you had intended your mind to be, before it goes again. And once again, taking a pause, acknowledging what the mind's doing, thanking it maybe, moving slowly back. Checking in from time to time to see where your mind is. And if it's not on your chosen focus, on your anchor, then taking a pause, acknowledging where it went and what it's doing, taking a moment to appreciate what it's trying to do, and then moving slowly back to your chosen anchor. There's no rush. No rush at all. No need to rush back as if the mind's been found doing something wrong. It's what the mind does. The mind working away. and then coming back, coming home to the body, the feet, the seat, the hands or the breath, or whatever you've chosen as your anchor, and resting here. Sometimes the mind gets so busy, it's really difficult to realize that it's gone, and it goes far away for a long time. And it's easy to think that something's going wrong. Those times when you wake up to what the mind is doing and it's very, very busy, it's sometimes useful to realize that right at this moment, there's no action needed. And even saying to yourself on an out breath, no action needed right now. No action needed in this moment. No action needed right now. And so as you sit here, attending to the ground that you've chosen, the anchor that you've chosen, when the mind wanders, just exploring, experimenting with letting go of all the actions the mind is creating by saying, no action needed right now. On an out breath, no action needed right now. And as we bring the short meditation to an end, congratulating yourself for taking this time to ground yourself in this way, to be with yourself, knowing that finding your ground when you feel overwhelmed, wherever you are, can be as simple as feeling your feet on the ground. For one breath even, you don't have to stop what you're doing. And taking a brief pause and on an out breath saying no action needed can bring enough space to make a choice about what to do or not to do next. It allows responses to emerge that are often much, much wiser and more kind than you might ever have imagined. And so now, when you're ready, beginning to move fingers and toes, allowing your eyes to open if they've been closed, and taking in your surroundings again. I'll hand you back to Mara.
Thank you so much, Mark, for guiding this space and for creating this possibility for us to be present with ourselves, with whatever is unfolding between us, and also with a sense of appreciation for our minds and all they do for us, as you mentioned. And this practice, as Shankar Kabat-Zinn often reminds us, invite us to fall awake to our lives, not only for our personal well-being, but also for the quality of our presence and the purpose of our work at the United Nations, wherever we are and whatever we do. So as we prepare to mark this historical day tomorrow, we really honor the profound significance of meditation in fostering well-being, connection, compassion, and qualities that are essential for building a better world, which is the purpose of our work at the United Nations. And to our colleagues, I would like to thank you so much for your presence and for your engagement today. And I would like to wish you all a wonderful day ahead, wonderful holidays, and of course, a very happy first World Meditation Day tomorrow. And I thank you again, Mark. I think this will inspire many of us. We will share this session with our UN colleagues across the UN family. And I think there are many messages thanking you for being here with us today. And we hope this is not the last time, by the way.
Thank you, Mara. And thank you all very much for joining this morning. It's a real privilege to have been here with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, colleagues.
Bye. Thank you so much.